Dizzy, the stowaway elf. 'Twas the night before Christmas, about halfway through. The clocks in the house showed the time to be 2. The parents were nestled in slumber so deep, but Stuart and Drakey could not get to sleep. They'd done all the time-honored things Christmas Eve before both their parents were ready to leave the boys in their bunk beds to sleep through the night. Yes, each of the boys had done everything right. Of the Christmas routine, not a thing did they lack. They'd hung up their stockings, set out Santa's snack, they'd sung all the carols, donned Christmas PJs, and brushed all their teeth in the usual ways. They'd been bedtime storied, been tucked in and kissed. Not one of the Christmas Eve things had been missed. They'd even removed all electronic toys concealed under blankets, like good little boys. So why in the world did young Stuart and Drake lie up in their room, open-eyed, wide awake? We need not look far for the probable cause. They were filled with excitement about Santa Claus. And they had big plans, did those 2 little imps. They hoped that of Santa they might catch a glimpse. But they would have revved up a few notches more if they'd known what had happened a few hours before. For at the North Pole, little Dizzy, the elf, could not feel excited in spite of himself, not even when headed for Santa's send-off, when the sleigh and its reindeer would finally take off, because for the whole of the near-closing year, he'd worked next to Tizzy and lent him an ear. His friend had recounted with details galore how 2 little boys had achieved so much more than little boys often achieve every day, when they'd found him stranded upon Christmas Day, and imagined him home without further delay. Dizzy listened to Tizzy all year with dismay, for he yearned to do all that Tizzy had done. He wanted adventure, he wanted some fun, to ride through the sky on a starry bright night and see the whole world from a very great height. So as Dizzy dawdled towards Santa's red sleigh, in a flash he decided that he'd stow away. As Santa stood waving goodbye to the crowd and elves were all cheering him, my, it was loud, all elf eyes were fixed upon Santa. That way nobody saw Dizzy sneak into the sleigh. He hid just as well as he could at the back, scrunching down very small behind Santa's huge pack, and burrowing down, his heart beating like mad, small Dizzy felt dazzled at being so bad.